My lights went out because we went too long. But hey, you're going to want to see this. Anything is possible.
GetSportsFocus is brought to you by Summit Partners, leaders in growth equity investing. Ike's Lovin' Sandwiches, championship-level sandwiches every single time. Nachos and tacos your way, the official caterer of GSF special events. Exios, the official training facility of GetSportsFocus. Gains and Shreds Meal Prep, making eating healthy easy. And by South Bay Construction, a reputation built on trust.
Welcome to GetSportsFocus. We are on our this is the last one, Coach. The last prediction segment of 2025.
It is.
Yes, week 12.
Holy crap.
I'm a little sad, but we have other things. We have more important things to do after this week. Moving forward, we got the senior all-star games to prepare for. So, but it's been fun. We are actually dead tie. I think it's 56-56. How about that?
Is it really?
Yeah. If you look at the website,
I didn't know that.
There is a tab that is called GSF Weekly Predictions with Alf and Joaquin and Coach Andrew De La Cruz. Click on that and you will see that the score is 58-58.
Yeah, I messed up last week. Let's not talk.
No, you did not mess up. They messed up. The teams you picked messed up.
I put my... yeah. Okay, well, it's a new week. I'm going to win this. I'm going to win the whole season, so...
This is the
I'm
tiebreaker,
confident.
Coach. This is a tiebreaker. We have these are the games that we are going to predict. Live Oak versus Christopher. Gunderson versus Gilroy. SI versus Sacred Heart Cathedral, the Bruce Mahoney game. Valley Christian St. Francis. Bellarmine College Prep versus Midi. Monte Vista versus San Ramon. That's the Danville rivalry game. Sacred Heart Prep versus Menlo, the Valpo Bowl. Wilcox versus MA. Antioch versus Pittsburgh, the big little game. Or the little big game. No, that's the other one. That's Burlingame versus San Mateo. They're both called the big game, modeled after the Cal-Stanford rivalry. So that's it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 games. 11 games.
11?
Picked. Let's see what happens. Are you ready?
Go.
Live Oak Christopher.
I'm going to go with Christopher on this one because Lincoln, that was a good game, but I think they finally showed up. And, they obviously knew what was at stake, in that game. And they played it well. I'm going to go for Christopher in this game, but Live Oak is for sure not going to make it easy. This is going to come down to final possession. So it's tough to pick this game because I work with players from both schools. But I am going to go with Christopher in this game. I like their chances. I think they're rolling now. Live Oak lost a heartbreaker last week, so I do expect them I do expect them to come out firing. So this is going to be a very physical game. It's a town rivalry, Morgan Hill versus Gilroy. So it's a lot of eyes on this game. But I'm going to go with Christopher because I think they're rolling right now. But I'm not going to count out Live Oak.
Yeah, I'm not going to count out Live Oak. I've been lucky with Live Oak, except for that one game against Santa Teresa. I'm going to pick Live Oak. Team Supreme. Let's go.
Go nuts.
Go nuts. Gunderson versus Gilroy. Ooh, this is a good one. I'll go with this. I'm going to start. I'm going to say Gunderson. They have a lot of motivation going into this game. They have to win, I believe, or do I'm not sure what. All I know is like the group of seniors, they're very excited about the GSF Senior All-Star Game. We have a handful of them, but they do not want this to be their last game of the season. So after losing last week against Sobrato, these guys are highly motivated right now. And Gilroy, I mean, shout out to Gilroy, the staff and the school and the community, because every single Thursday or pre-game, they have this huge feast that looks so incredible. Like they don't even have to play the game. They already won just by having those feasts every single week. But
The-
they're gonna have to prove me wrong. They are playing their last home game, which means this is gonna be senior night at Gilroy, right? So they're gonna have to prove me
yeah.
wrong. I'm gonna pick the Gunderson Grizzlies. I'm not gonna say what score, but uh, good luck to both teams. Make us proud and prove us wrong. What do you think, Coach Andrew?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll the same way. Like I'm gonna go with Gunderson. I think Gilroy has everything they need to be a very good program. The coaching staff's in place, everything's there. You just got to find that next thing that you need to do to elevate your program. There's just that, and I think they're on their way there. They've been improving every year though, so I do got to give every bit of credit to Gilroy for like improving over the last how many years. But Gunderson is coming in with a lot of experience, and I think that's going to be the key to this game. Is like it's going to be all experience. This team has been playing together for a long time, so I'm going to go with Gunderson on this game.
Gotcha. All right. Let's go to Bellarmine at Midi, the only night game at your school, your high
I'll
school.
make this short. I'll make this short and sweet. Midi.
Midi? I don't know, coach. This is the last game of the season for the Bells. They could possibly disrupt everything that Midi's built up to this point. So I'm gonna go with Midi.
You're right. That's yeah. There's just yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just we'll just leave it at that.
We'll just leave it at that. Hey, no. I do gotta give a shout out to Bellarmine for playing the Serra Padres tough. Okay. You could really tell the it's so unbalanced, like the talent level. But one thing I really like about the Bells is nobody hung their heads. It didn't look like they were like down or anything. They just kept playing. They scored a touchdown against Serra in the first half, which is a great thing. Um, Three parents came up to me from Bellarmine. Four parents. I told you about this, but I'm gonna share it with you guys. So we got a pretty good cool compliment from the Bellarmine parents, and they thanked us for being straight up when it comes to the predictions. We're not here to bash any teams or to talk smack or anything. We just call it as it is, as far as how we see things. And so one of the parents told me that keep doing what you're doing. Always, we love the honesty. It's the only way things can get better. And another mom told me the same thing, and there was another grandpa that said, "Oh, you're the guy," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm the guy." I actually shot from the Bellarmine sideline, and so I thought that was pretty cool that they talked to me, and it was a good interaction. So
Yeah,
okay,
and I'll piggyback on that just really quick. Like Bellarmine, it's a very young team. That JV team is showing a lot of promise. So, I'm not going to be surprised if next year or even a couple years from now, like we start having Bellarmine in like those conversations that we were having a couple years back. They have that kind of caliber at that school. They have that standard that they set over at that school with that program. So it's just a matter of time until they figure it all out and they put everything together where it needs to be. So a lot of kudos to Bellarmine for just being who they are, sticking through it. And we wish you the best of luck in the future and good luck to all your seniors.
Yep. Prove us wrong, Bellarmine. Prove us wrong. Moving on. Let's go to up north. We'll knock out the two games from up north. Monte Vista, San Ramon Valley. Ooh, we got some all-stars from Monte Vista. And I'm gonna root for them against San Ramon Valley. I want to make sure that our All Stars wrap up their regular season with a victory. San Ramon is tough though. They're hosting the game. Like the game is at San Ramon. And one thing I could tell you about San Ramon, it is it's a spirited town. Like everybody's there. Like the entire freaking homestand is full. And since it's gonna be senior night, it's gonna be even crazier. So I'm gonna go with Monte Vista. They're probably gonna spoil the fun, but you know, who knows? I'm just shooting a free throw on this.
Yeah, I usually, honestly, like historically, I've always picked SRV just because, like, I've known players from there. I know what kind of program they are, but I do know a little bit about Monte Vista as well. So, I think Monte Vista's been rolling all year too. Like they've been playing very well. I haven't really kept up with SRV, but I'm gonna go against the grain. And I know someone from SRV is gonna be like, "Man, Coach Andrew, you've been picking us for so many years. You're gonna finally pick against us. I hope somebody says something. Please do, please do." But I'm gonna go with Monte Vista in this game.
You are going with Monte Vista. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Antioch versus Pittsburgh. This is the big game in the East Bay. Looking forward to seeing Antioch. I saw Pittsburgh earlier in the year. I think they look really good. This kind of game, you throw out the records and whatever happened before, and you know, you can base it on talent, you can base it on coaching and all that stuff, but this is gonna be a tight game. I'm gonna go with the visiting team. I'm gonna go with Antioch with Coach Juan and Coach Bray. I think they can pull this off. They have a little bit of an extra motivation to get this thing done, and the players as well. So Antioch, Pittsburgh. I'm gonna be there. This is gonna be our GSF Game of the Week. East Bay GSF Game of the Week. Something new we've tried the last couple of weeks. So I'm gonna go with Antioch.
Again, like I don't know, and again, I apologize for not knowing too much about a lot of the East Bay teams. But I'm gonna roll with Pitt. Just cause I'm just gonna roll with Pitt.
Okay, he's gonna roll with Pitt. Let's go with the other game. That's a Saturday game. Burlingame versus San Mateo. I think this is gonna be a Kushal's game. Man, both Burlingame. They had a really good game last week. San Mateo, they're rolling. Um, Rivalry game. I'm gonna go with San Mateo on this. If we have all stars from both teams, so I saw Burlingame against Palo Alto earlier in the year. They look pretty strong, but then it turns out Palo Alto is not the Palo Alto that we're used to seeing. So I don't know how good of a win that was. And they lost our running back shortly after that. I think 2 games later. I'm gonna pick San Mateo. They're the home team. This is a rivalry game, and this is gonna be a crazy game.
Mm. I've had Burlingame on my All Star team. Um, haven't really watched too much either. I don't really know too much about either team and how they're doing this year. But I'm gonna go with because like I've had kids from Burlingame on my team before, so I'm gonna just roll with Burlingame.
Gotcha. All right. I'm pretty sure Ethan will pick Burlingame because that's his alma mater. But then again, Ethan, he's a very straightforward guy. He might be joining us in just a bit, but we're gonna move on. Wilcox, MA at MA, senior night at MA, one of the few night games at MA. Wilcox, they won big last week. This is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna go with Wilcox.
Yeah, yeah. Same here. I think Wilcox is on the right path now. Again, as we expected them to, like, kind of start late a little bit, but they know how to finish the season. There's your key. They know how to finish. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And they know how to finish the season strong. I think this is a good game for them. This is a great matchup for them going into the playoffs. So I'm gonna go with Wilcox as well. I hope my wife's happy about that.
I'm sure she will be, Coach. All right, moving
She
on.
better be.
Let's do this one. This is Kevin's game. Valley Christian versus St. Francis. It's gonna be senior night at St. Francis. They have a lot of seniors. This is gonna be one of those emotional games. Because the coaching staff, there's some relation there, brother, cousins, or uncles, something like that. But man, Valley Christian, they had a heartbreaking loss last week. And then St. Francis, they had a really uplifting win. So I'm gonna go with the St. Francis Lancers on this. I think they're not ready to pack things up just yet.
I don't think they are either. Like they had some good stunning games. Like, there was the midi stunner, and then they played really well against SI. They've just been showing up a lot better towards, like, this latter half of the season. And unfortunately, if it looks like, Valley Christian had everything that they needed, it's just, they kind of fell a little flat. And it's just the you know you got to show up, you got to finish the game, and that's the big one. Um, so for the first time this year, I think I'm gonna roll with against Valley Christian. Had a lot of faith in Valley this year. Not saying that I don't. I still do. I still believe in that program. Still traditionally probably one of the top programs in the Bay Area still to this day. But just based on, like, what we saw this year, I'm just gonna roll with St. Francis on this game.
Mm. All right. All right. St. Francis it is. Valley Christian, you could prove us wrong.
Please do, and play this in your locker room.
Bruce Mahoney game at Kezar Stadium. Both of these teams are looking to end their season on a positive note. I'm not sure about the playoff thing here because I think Sacred Heart Cathedral is in, but I'm not sure if
Yeah,
SI is in. I think they are. Maybe. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter because
yeah,
this game is a rivalry game. One of the oldest rivalry west of the Mississippi. That's how we used to always say it back in the days when I used to work for the station. St. Ignatius, they turned it around last week against Valley Christian. Their quarterback showed that he could play and that he could be a leader. And so, since he is a senior, I am projecting that he is going to want to go all out along with the other seniors. I'm not sure if Ty Hicks is healthy and will be able to play in this game, which is going to be a bummer if he doesn't. But Sacred Heart Cathedral, they were 1 yard away. No, they weren't 1 yard away because he got stopped at the 5. They almost pulled it off against the St. Francis Lancers. With about 3 minutes left, they were inside the 15. Instead of kicking a field goal, they went for it, which is that's what they do. They can execute. But Sean McCoy put a stop to that, and Sean McCoy is our GSF All-Star D end. This is tough, Coach. I'm gonna let you do your thing first before I make the pick.
Mm. I mean, this is tough. I mean, SI showed up last week, right? We've already established that, and Sacred Heart also did as well. So it's a rivalry game. We know that it's a big one. I just think Sacred Heart just put a little bit more, has a little bit more in the tank than SI does. So I'm gonna go with Sacred Heart Cathedral. It's a very talented squad on both sides. Um, but I think Sacred Heart Cathedral like just has been a little bit more, just has a little bit of an edge, just a little bit of an edge, just because like they've been in the win column, they've been winning, they've won a few more games than SI, so they know what that feels like. But and you're also at Kezar,
True, true.
so Sacred Heart on this one.
Well, since this is all about momentum, I think St. Ignatius, they have a lot more energy coming into this game as far as confidence and all that stuff. Um, these guys definitely want to end the season on a positive note. I'm gonna go with SI. This is gonna be a close game. I'm going with SI. Sacred Heart Cathedral, gonna have to prove me wrong because the Wildcats are looking to make me proud.
Go Irish.
I think that's it.
That's it.
Anything else? Is there another game?
Hmm?
Oh, there is one more game. Oh,
Which one is that?
Friday night under the lights at the Brady Family Stadium, we have the Serra Padres hosting the Riordan Crusaders, the
Oh,
unstoppable Riordan Crusaders.
oh man, this is Friday.
Friday, this is going to be the GSF CCS game of the week. Ooh,
I
lot
think
right.
it's like the
Luca Mazy's going to be in the house. Um, I was really hoping Ethan would be here for this one.
no, it's okay. I think we got it.
You
I
go
think at the
first,
end of
coach.
the
You
day,
go first.
okay, if there's any team that can slow Reardon down this year, it's gonna be Sarah. Like that defense will challenge that offense. Just based on like what we've seen from them all season. That's the key. So I think this is such a good matchup. Now on Sarah, it's gonna be up to their offense to move the ball and
Keep
get some
up.
points on the board. What happened?
You keep up.
Oh yeah, because if you let Reardon's offense kind of stay on the field and let their playmakers get going, it's gonna be a long, long night. So, but I'm gonna go with I honestly like I am actually like for sure going to swing for Sarah in this game. Like they have just been dominating they just look a lot more dominant. They look very confident and they know what's at stake in this game. Like this is I feel like just beside it being just like the last game of the season, you got the league title on the line and there's a lot of just a lot of chatter about like who's the better team in the West Catholic right now. And I think Sarah's got something to prove to show that they're still the most dominant team in the league. So I'm gonna go with Sarah, and I think they're gonna rest that challenge. And that's kind of where I'm gonna leave it at. But Reardon, very hard to count Reardon out because that team can freaking play.
Absolutely. So a couple of things. Let's kind of break this down a little bit. There's a lot of chatter going on in one of the video uploads on YouTube. There's a conversation happening there between GetSportsFocus, mainly me. Like I'm interacting with the fans, with the people that are commenting. Reardon is really, really good, right? And we've seen teams like Riordan before. I'm talking about the Serra Padres 2023 team, 2022, 2021. Um, and the thing is, when you're really, really good, it's hard to be up there. It's hard to stay up there. You almost have to have
Right.
some kind of a You almost have to have experience, like enough experience to be really good and to stay good and be up there. So from the beginning of the season until this week, Riordan's lived up to the hype. Riordan is the number one team. Riordan's beat up on teams. Riordan's gotten behind and come back. Riordan's been in close games and they pull away. So every single game, they've proven themselves. And this is the final test, right?
Right.
Um, Serra, on the other hand, they're kind of like the forgotten team. Everybody wrote them off last year, and everybody was right, kind of, because they still competed and they still beat some teams, except for Riordan and St. Francis in the last two games of the season. So
Mhm.
right now, this Serra team, they struggled in the beginning finding themselves. I think their best game was against Folsom, and if you really ask me, that is the real Serra Padres team of the 2025 season. After that, they took on De La Salle. They got shut out. They went to Bosco. They got shut out. And then it took them a while to kind of find themselves. That it was like kind of like on and off. It's like, oh man, you would think they dominate, but no, it became close and there's a lot of mistakes. But one thing's consistent is that they've gotten better every single week. And that
Right.
is deadly. That's deadly for Riordan because I'm not frozen. Ethan Castle's in the house, yo. Ethan, turn your phone this way.
Yes, sir.
We can see you better. Oh, there you go. You're just in
Hey,
time
Ethan.
for the Riordan Serra discussion here.
Oh,
Excellent.
yes. Please chime in. Go.
Okay,
Go, Ethan.
so here I'll go back a little bit and then we'll have Ethan go. I was saying Riordan, everybody expected Riordan to be really good this year, and they've been really good. They've lived up to the hype. They've been in close games. They've been in really dominating games. They've gotten behind and catch up, and they've done everything that they're supposed to do. Every single player on that team, every single coach, except for like this is the real test against Serra. Serra, on the other hand, their best game was the first game of the season against Folsom, against a five-star QB, against a really, really good team that's still up there in the rankings, I believe. I think Folsom is still up there in NorCal. But somewhere along the way after that, they got shut out twice and they lost themselves. But one thing's consistent is that Sarah's gotten better every single week. And this is when I accepted your call here, Ethan. I was about to say that the fact that Sarah's gotten better, nobody really knows how good Serra can be right now. Like we're gonna find out Friday. And for Riordan, that is not a good thing because they might be thinking, "Oh yeah, we rest all our players by halftime. We've dominated this team, that team, and no one scored on us in the second. So whatever." Um, but but then again, like Serra, I think Serra probably. I would say Serra probably wants this game more than Riordan.
I I would pump the brakes on that a little. First off, I know that this is a game that Reardon's had their attention on for a while. Like they
Mm-hmm.
didn't overlook Mitty, obviously. Mitty's a very good team. Clearly, Mitty and St. Francis are in that next tier in the WCAL, but this is one that both these teams have had circled for a while. But what makes things a little bit more interesting, new wrinkle to this, is now that SoCal has that loss to Palma, barring something really weird, these teams will be your top two seeds in the CCS as well, and they could play again in just a couple weeks in that Open Division Championship.
Yep.
So it gives me a little pause and makes me wonder if maybe one of these teams, maybe both, decide not to like totally empty the chamber. Like obviously they're both trying to win this, but in terms of like breaking out trick plays and stuff, if that's the sort of thing that maybe they save, knowing that they could be playing again in a section championship game in just a couple weeks. But I think this, by all means, should be a really close matchup between two really quality teams. Really, if we're looking at the big picture, Serra has their sights as a program. Like next year is supposed to be the year for them. I'm not saying it's going to be like the Jabari Man, Danny Niu team because that was like an all-time generational team.
Yeah.
But there is a scenario where next year, they're up there competing with De La Salle to be number one in the Bay Area, whereas Riordan, this is supposed to be the class, the like, golden generation. You look at how many seniors they've got. I believe it's 23 seniors, and Coach Adair said 10 of them are going to be playing Division One football.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of like who wants this, in terms of both the drought for a section championship and a league championship, Riordan's got more motivation in terms of the immediacy. Now, obviously, Serra's seniors are going to be super hungry for this as well. Like, I don't think this game is going to come down to who wants it more because both teams really want this, obviously. These are two excellent teams going at it. I wouldn't be surprised knowing that they're going to play most likely twice in 3 weeks. Now, I know Mitty and potentially one of SHC, SI, or Salinas, depending on how matchups shake out, would really love to mess that up in a quarterfinal next week.
Oh, yeah.
But most likely, these teams should be in line to play twice in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised with two very good, pretty evenly matched teams if each of them ends up winning once. Like, it wouldn't shock me. Whoever wins this, would be, I would be surprised in a sense if they won again. When we do this again, I would assume it's San Jose City in a couple weeks. I don't know if maybe they'd try to play that game a little further north to accommodate for these teams. But anyway, this should be a close and really interesting game. We got to watch for, like, I think at this point, Riordan's more of a known commodity. Like, we know what they're good at. We know what they're going to do. Only question is, like, running back Adonye Brown missed the last couple games. He had gotten hurt at the end of the Valley game. I would be shocked if he doesn't play this week, but that is one little factor to keep an eye on.
Yeah. Oh, that's huge. He's
I
a
would
big
think.
part of, I think in a game like this, you need Adonye Brown.
Oh, yeah. I would be surprised if he doesn't play.
Sarah's healthy.
Yeah.
Sarah's healthy right now. Oh, I mean, I was looking through the thing. I was like, yeah, they're pretty healthy. All those freshman players that are playing, starting actually for Serra, they're pumped about this. And here's the thing. I think this is the game changer. It's senior night at Serra. It's a night game at Serra.
It's
They
been a
haven't
long
lost
time.
one. They haven't lost one since 2013 against Mitty.
Yeah, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since they've lost that night game.
So this is big. This is huge.
Yeah.
What do you think, Coach Andrew? Who are you picking? I know you said it already, but Ethan doesn't know.
No, I mean, like everything, like man, I always love having Ethan on these prediction segments with us. It's so fun to get like your perspective, and it really like covers a lot of the holes that that I have, especially with the teams. But that's what I'm saying. Like like I think you're right. Like I think Riordan has like this is supposed to be their year. Like they already know, but like I mean, with Serra, like they're a lot of these guys are going to be back next year. So, it's hard. It's hard to really pick this game. This is such a good matchup. I think that's what you said too, Ethan, right? Like this is such a good matchup. And they're probably going to see each other again in a couple weeks unless some spoiler happens.
Is this
But that's huh?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, what would you say?
Is this bigger than the 2021 St. Francis Serra game? Regular season game?
Oh, I don't know. I have to defer to Ethan on that. What do you think?
The one with Juju?
I'm gonna pump the brakes a little bit there because that was for number one in the Bay Area. There was all the attention after St. Francis had upset De La Salle. Whereas,
Yeah.
look, this year's De La Salle team is just in a different stratosphere from that one. So I can't say it's bigger, but I can say it's similar in terms of hype. And again, I think like that year, whoever drops the first one could settle the score in a section championship game. So
Yeah.
I'm leaving the door open to that possibility for sure.
A lot of really good coaches involved in this. And I think it's going to come down to the special teams.
That is somewhere that
Yeah, because it's not like Serra's got the best offense right now. I mean, they're still trying to find themselves offensively. I think I've seen them. Um, they're 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 moving the ball with their free safety when they get in the jam. So I think the special teams is going to be crucial in this game. But hey, anything is possible. I'm going with the Padres.
so special teams, that is one where like I'm wondering, knowing they could play again, does Serra break out, like a crazy fake punt? Were you at the Serra mini game?
Yeah, there was a fake punt
It
with
was
Brody Smith.
Yes, it was like everyone knew it was gonna be a fake punt because if Sarah's sending out special teams unit at the inside the opposing 40, it's like you're kicking a field goal here, right? You have a guy with a leg to do it. But it was such a well-designed play that like everyone knew it was a fake, and they designed it so well and ran it so well that it still got him like 25 yards.
Yeah.
And
It
yeah,
was,
I'm just
it ended up being a pass play, right? To
yes.
Jace.
Yes, I'm just not sure if, with the possibility of playing again in a couple weeks, if they keep that in their back pocket or if they use it. So I think this is a down to the wire game. I do think between like the 2-point plays that they like to do with the swinging gate and stuff, Serra will find a way to make things really interesting in the margins. But I think they might, knowing that they're pretty securely in the open field, like, again, they want to win this. Everyone wants to win the WCAL.
Everybody wants to beat Riordan and everybody wants to beat Serra.
Yeah.
So that's these two teams.
And these two teams probably want to do it twice in 3 weeks, which would be
3 weeks, yes. And dominate, make it a big win. I know Riordan, they want to put on 50 plus points on this.
Yeah, for
This is
sure.
the kind of game where they want to be forever remembered as the team that put on 56 at night at Serra. But I'm not sure if that will be enough because Serra can put up just as much points. So who do you pick, Ethan?
if I had to guess, I think I'll go Riordan 34 to 29. I'm saying 29 instead of 28 because they'll make one of those swinging gate plays work. I think Riordan gets up by a couple scores and then has to like recover an onside kick late to hang on. But again, leave the door open. This could go either way. Sarah's got home field, which does matter in a game like this.
Yeah.
You look at
It's going to be a very emotional game. They're doing a lot of pregame stuff, honoring veterans, and I don't know if you remember Father Joe.
oh yeah,
That's going to be a celebration during pregame. But yeah, the last time Serra lost a night game over there was against Midi in 2013. Were you a player, Coach Andrew, in that team?
No, I was not. I was already been gone after that.
Yeah.
you know what?
That
They
was
did have
the
one around 2016 or 17 when they played De La Salle at night. But within the WCAL, it's been more than a decade since they've lost at home at night.
It's been a while. Oh, they did play
I think
one of those.
that was the wasn't that the Dakari Monroe and Chandler Ramirez? That was the Chandler Ramirez and Dakari Monroe team, I
I
believe.
think Sam Serra was on those teams. I just remember Mitty having a guy named Serra and beating Serra. I do
Yeah.
remember that for sure.
Yes, that was the year.
Yeah.
That was the year. That was that was the year. I forgot who the coach was, but I was at that game and I was like, wait, Mitty's not supposed to win this game. What's going on? But here's the thing. So if Serra can limit Riordan's offense to 21 points or less, they're gonna win this game.
I don't know if 21's doable. 28, I think, is doable. 21 would be really, really tough.
Because Serra's gonna hold on to that ball.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be.
Not gonna be.
They're not gonna be snapping until the refs chopping. It's
Yeah,
gonna be under 5 seconds when they're snapping most of the time. It's gonna be.
they're gonna slow this down as much as they can.
It's just like in the midi game. They held midi to 7 possessions.
Yeah, that's true. And Cornell James is playing really good at
Oh,
corner.
he's having a great year.
You have Gio and Malachi back there. I think they match up well with whoever Riordan's going to line up on the outside. Perion, Sanai. I mean, I know they got a lot, but those three guys are. This is a college game, man. And those guys are juniors too, so they're gonna be back next year. But this is gonna be a really good test. So, does it really matter who wins this? Like you said, it's just for the. It's just for the WCAL title and the Gil Haskell Trophy.
No, the Baxter Trophy. Baxter Trophy.
Is it Baxter?
Yeah, Gil Haskell's Riordan SI.
Okay. Baxter Trophy, yes. So, yeah, there you go. That's the prediction. You got Ethan picking Riordan, Coach Andrew and I picking the Padres. This was given to me by Andrew Hennigan last year.
Oh, that's great.
Anything is possible. He ended up playing our All-Star game, and he holds the record for most TD passes in an All-Star game, GSF All-Star game, 3 touchdowns. He's playing lacrosse though. Hey, there's the guy.
Hey, I have
Having a
a.
baby?
You want to see something? I am having a baby, but you want to see something cool? You know
Sure.
how we were talking about De La Salle Spartans? How about that Spartan? Kairee Robinson.
What's up, Mr. Robinson? Look at you. We can't hear you.
But can you hear me now?
We can hear you, man. Hey, so what's been going on with you? De La Salle Spartans.
San Jose State Spartan.
And
Yeah.
San Jose State, yes.
Yes, sir. I'm just you just coming through. What was that? I missed it. How you doing, boss?
I'm good. We're doing a prediction, and we're trying to predict some games. And Serra and Riordan was the one that we just talked about. But you're here, man. What's going on? Say
Nothing much.
something.
Just hanging out with the great man. He's taking care of me. I was gonna say any prediction with the Spartans. We got Spartans by 30.
Oh yeah, easy. Easy.
No
And
doubt. How you been,
hey,
though, boss? Good to see you.
we're good, man. You look good, man. Training for the
Appreciate it.
pros.
I'm trying to stay ready. Like I said, I'm with the great, with the best.
You're with the right guy right there, man.
Come on, man. Come on, I know that's right. He set me up for something great. For sure, for sure.
Nice. Well, yeah, we're just wrapping up, so it's great seeing you, man.
Good seeing you too. I was just telling him, man. That's core memories right there. Core high school memories for sure.
No. Well, let me
You and Andrew
ask
both.
you. Let me ask you a question. You've been through this last game of the season for like 90% of all high school players. You remember yours. It was
Yeah.
a championship probably. But what's your advice to all these high school kids as they get ready for possibly their last high school game ever?
Yeah. I mean, whether it be your last high school game, I mean, last college game, whatever it is, I know football is just an amazing sport to be able to play. You know, I was blessed to be able to play. I'm trying to continue my career and stuff like that still. But I don't know. I always hear the same thing from guys, man, over and over since I started playing. They just constantly just don't take it or don't take the last game or any game rather just for granted. You know, it's an amazing game. You know, it's done so much for me, allowed me to still be able to, be around great people like Andrew, as you can see today. But no, I would just say, just play like it's your last, because for some people it will be, and like I said, it doesn't. You won't be able to get these moments like this back, and you'll remember these moments for the rest of your life. I still remember my last, like I said, last high school game, last college game, whatever the case may be. So just live it up to like your last, man. Just give everything you got for sure. I wish. I'd give anything to be able to get back out there and play with them Spartans. San Jose, De La Salle, doesn't matter. I give anything to play back. Just at least even one play. I give anything for sure. So I'll just say, just leave it all out there and have fun. Most importantly.
Nice. Glory days.
Sheesh.
Thanks for running into us.
Yes, I appreciate you, boss.
All right.
Special guest.
Nice. So, do couple questions for you guys. League titles like the WCAL. I mean, it seems like it's not as big of a deal. It seems like everybody's looking ahead to like the section titles. What are your thoughts on that, Ethan?
I think teams still value it. It depends on like where you are. Like I know Los Gatos, for example, has said many times, like whatever happens in the playoffs is just gravy. We're playing. Our biggest goal is to win league. I think a lot of teams, because the playoff structure, unless you're up in one of the like topmost divisions, it's kind of like just hope you're in the right spot and hope the chips fall right. So I don't think there's necessarily a lack of value on league championships. I do think though, just when you're lined up to be like a Division 1 team, it's a little different. But if you're not guaranteed to be in D1, the league championship is still the priority.
Gotcha. Here, I'm gonna throw out some games to you. You just give me your quick thoughts. Live Oak Christopher.
Down to the wire, going to be probably the best run defense Live Oak has faced. But I think I got to still go Live Oak in a tight one. That's going to be fun Thursday night.
Yeah, it is. Gunderson Gilroy.
Gonna go Gunderson, even though Gilroy coming off a weird loss. Gilroy coming off an impressive win over Westmont, who Gunderson lost to. I'll still take Gunderson to finish their season strong.
Have you seen Gilroy's pregame meals?
No, I'm guessing it's pretty good.
Yeah, they have a feast every single week. St. Ignatius Sacred Heart Cathedral, Bruce Mahoney. That's gonna be a good one.
That's going to be a really good one. And I hate that it's the same time as the Riordan Serra game. I got to go Irish in a tight one, but SI's playing much better right now. This should be a one-score game.
They are. Valley Christian St. Francis.
Got to go St. Francis at home. I think this is a more well-rounded St. Francis team that we've seen in a while.
Bellarmine Midi at Midi.
Night game for Midi, senior night. They should have minimal trouble here. Get to play everyone and have a lot of fun, creating some memories in their one on-campus game of the year.
Yeah. Monte Vista San Ramon.
Ooh, that's going to be tight. Everyone's beating up on each other in the EBAL. Battle of the Bubble.
Yep.
Everyone's beating up on each other in that league. But I got to go with history here. SRV's beaten them, I think, like about 7 times in a row, something around there. So I am going to have to, like, until proven otherwise, I'm going to stick with SRV. But that's going to be great. That game is not a foregone conclusion like it's been.
Yeah. Sacred Heart Prep, Menlo, Valpo Bowl.
I know Menlo's overcoming some injuries and illness, but I still really like what they've got. If they're even close to healthy, I got to go Menlo, but that should be a really fun one.
Hey, Coach Andrew, we didn't do the Valpo Bowl. Who you pick? Oh, he's not there. Wilcox MA.
Wilcox, I think they've pretty clearly established themselves in an upper tier, and this is a young Menlo team, young MA team. I got to take Wilcox there.
Burlingame, San Mateo.
As a Burlingame alum, it pains me, but this is a really special San Mateo team, stopping their triple options really hard. I think Burlingame's upside is still tremendous, and they're pretty young, but San Mateo's a team to beat right now out of the public schools in the county. I got to go San Mateo here. It's been a while since they've beaten Burlingame 3 years in a row, so they're making some history over there.
Do you know when Haba got hurt?
He got hurt, I believe, against Los Gatos, and I know he's close to a return. I'm not sure what his status is. I know they did just get Harrison Evers back. That helps. But Burlingame's been hit with a lot at the running back, linebacker position, and against a triple option, that's a spot that gets targeted.
Yeah.
They're going to have to win that game in the trenches because the linebackers they're just pretty thin there right now. Injuries happen, but to have a whole position group decimated it's pretty nasty luck.
And finally, Antioch versus Pittsburgh.
I think that one's more competitive than it's been in a while, but Pitt's top 5 in the Bay Area. Antioch's good, but they're not top 5 in the Bay Area good. This is Pittsburgh's game.
So it'll be a major upset. I picked Antioch.
I can't see that. I mean, Antioch again, they're improving, but there's a long way to go to get to the level Pittsburgh's at.
I think that's it. Coach Andrew.
Yeah.
You forgot Menlo and Sacred Heart Prep.
Oh, Menlo.
Menlo. I picked Menlo. Or should I go for the upset? No, I'm gonna pick Menlo. I think they're well rested. They missed the game. They had to forfeit, but they're good. There's a lot of forfeits this year by some top teams. Not necessarily top, but like forfeits from teams that you wouldn't expect. Like a Menlo, like a Leland. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what happened with Menlo, it was
They got
like a really nasty run of like a pretty significant illness that ripped through the team, combined with a few injuries off of that Los Gatos game. Like it was just perfect storm.
yeah. Where are you gonna be at, man?
I gotta be at Riordan Serra. I hate that I gotta miss a Bruce Mahoney game, but I gotta be at Riordan Serra, and then Saturday I will be at Little Big game, and then gonna try to get to the Bell game as well between South City and El Camino.
Is that at night?
2 p.m.
Or 2 p. Oh, because it's a 12 o'clock game. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna head on over to I'm thinking I might do Live Oak Christopher.
Thursday I'll either do that or possibly you got the Skull game, Half Moon Bay, Terra Nova.
Yeah.
Even back when Terra Nova was like the dominant team in the Bay in the Peninsula, that was always good for an upset. So that one could be fun.
First place, right? That's a league title game.
No, they're in separate
Half Moon Bay.
divisions. Terra Nova already won their division, the El Camino division, and Half Moon Bay's second in the Ocean.
Gotcha. Yeah, there's also girls flag that day. Have you been paying attention to girls flag?
Not a ton. I know that Menlo and SHP are up at the top, and SHP finally knocked off Menlo, but haven't gotten to see much else.
Yeah, they're on a collision. It's like Riordan and Serra. That's those are the two teams
Hmm.
in the open, most likely. But it just they're doing it at the same time as the football games. No. The championship game is a Saturday
Yeah.
at Santa Clara, so that should be good. Anything else? You have your top 3 picks for player of the year. How are you doing players of the year? Are you doing like Bay Area? Or are you doing small school, big school?
Ooh, I don't know. I've got to give preference to just guys I've seen play in person. So
Yeah,
that's mostly going to be within the CCS. And I've seen some of the better NCS teams as well, but not all of them. But for now, at least, I think I hate just deferring to a quarterback, but Mike Mitchell's having such a ridiculous year.
yeah,
The touchdown he threw to Judge Nash on Saturday. I don't know if I've ever seen a high schooler with this sort of accuracy on a deep ball like that. It went in the books as a 46-yard pass, but I checked the replay. Air yards. You see sometimes like with the NFL advanced stats that show air yards. This thing went 56 yards in the air, on the money, hit him in stride.
yeah. We have our eyes on them from day one too. I
If
knew
we're looking
year.
if we're looking East Bay though, got to give some credit to Jaden Jefferson, fastest man in the state.
Yes.
And then that whole Acalanes team, Tyler Winkles, Finley Rivera, they're having a monster season.
Yeah.
And RJ Mosley at Pitt's having a great run too.
Oh yeah. Looking forward to seeing him again on Saturday. Is he going to UCLA or where is he going?
Mosley, I believe, unless something's changed, he was committed to Arizona.
Arizona. That's right.
Let's see. I believe, yes, still committed to Arizona.
Nowadays you have to double check.
Oh yeah.
because they flip. So Ethan's got Mike Mitchell as a front runner. We do too. I think it's gonna be this last game is gonna decide a lot of things. So, anyways, I appreciate you guys. I know you gotta train you gotta train Kairee, and Ethan's gotta go do his thing. I gotta pick up my kids. But it's been fun. I'll see you on the field. I think I'm gonna see you on Thursday too, Coach Andrew, right?
Yep.
Maybe if I
Yeah.
come. So other than that, people, thanks for watching. Anything is possible this weekend. Anything is possible. You're watching Ethan and Get Sports Focus.